Amen. So hopefully we can get to some examples of that. A very simple example is, Muslims say word for word, letter for letter preservation from the time of Muhammad or Uthman, they say at least, until now. That was Yasser Qadi's initial narrative when he is speaking to laymen, quote unquote. And so he would say, when he was lying, when he was following the Dawah script, if you put two mushafs next to each other, it will be the same anywhere you go in the world. Like he said in the beginning of the clip, their Quran is exactly the same anywhere you go in the world. Now, he says, actually, no, that's not the case. If you take two Qurans today, one from, let's say, Egypt or Saudi Arabia, you put it next to that's a Hafs Quran, you put it next to a Warsh Quran, let's say from Algeria or Morocco, there are different words, different letters, different phrases, they look different. So that is actually a lie. And there are hundreds and thousands of examples. In fact, Sister Atun and I, when we were counting some of these variations, you're talking not in the tens of thousands, 90,000 that we could count. And so Brother Jai here has put just one
out of thousands and thousands and thousands. So this is chapter 43, verse 19. But yeah, continue on your point that you're making.
Yeah, so if we go through this example, brother.
Yeah.
This is a simple one.
Very simple one, yeah.
So if you just scroll a little bit, just to include it, go up a bit, just to include all of it. So this is Surah Zukhruf.
Yeah.
Right? Surah 43, verse 19. And this is talking about the angels.
Mm-hmm. They've made the angels. And so what we're going to see here is a difference in, I mean, well, I can't highlight the screen right here, but you can see my mouse, this word right here, and you'll see it here on the, this is actually easier because it's highlighted in pink font. One of them is saying that they've made the angels, those whom are, then it talks, one of them says that they are servants of the most merciful into females. So they made the angels into females. Who are these angels? They are servants of the most merciful. However, in this reading, which is prominent in Algeria, Morocco, etc., says not that they're servants of the most merciful, but in fact it says that they are with, like alongside, the most merciful. They've made them into females. So this is just one of the differences out of many, 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 many thousands and thousands and thousands of differences. But you can see the significance here.
Right. So they've actually colored it. Okay. They've colored the differences between the mushafs in this website. And this website is nquran.com. nquran.com. It's a Muslim website. So if I just go a little bit like more zoomed in.
Okay.
Do you see here the dot on top? Ainda.
Yep.
And the well, I would say the original, but I mean the Hafs.
Yeah, if you use the Hafs as the standard,
see, dot is underneath.
Yeah.
And there's a alif here, ibad.
Yeah.
So it's a different word completely. Whereas Ainda, dot on top with no alif.
So you have two differences in letters there, and one of them has a completely added letter, and the other one just doesn't have that letter at all, and in fact switches from a B to the letter N. So this is just one of the differences. Again, there's thousands and thousands and thousands, but we're just giving you all just one example of this.
Yeah, so that's what Yasser Qadi means about the holes in the narrative. The narrative is, yes, thank you, Phil. So it's Ainda versus Ibadu, and the meaning is at or with Allah versus the servants of Allah.
Yeah, exactly. Sorry. So on the website, they also have the sheikhs that who recited as well, if you wanted
Yeah.
to, but we don't need that. I just pressed it by accident. So
So
عند عباد. Okay.
عندنا Bado, yeah,
Yeah.
and the Church of Morocco, yeah, you know, a lot of he knows another one of these mistakes. These spelling mistakes, Musaitar, yes.
Yeah.
So you have spelling mistakes,
Well,
you have meaning mistakes, you have grammatical mistakes, you have different words, and even different phrases, even added complete phrases. If you read people like Tabari and others who actually comment, if you read their commentaries on the different qira'at, and Sahih Hadith, we were going through it the other day
yeah.
about obey adding a completely new phrase to a verse,
Yes.
talking about Masjid al Haram,
Yep.
in Surah al Jumu'ah, I think. He's adding a completely new phrase to what you should do when the call to prayer happens on Friday. There are even variations that affect rulings, like wudu, for example. Like how many, if you're trying to make up for missed fast days, how many poor people to feed, because that's a ruling in Islam. If you miss a fast, you have to feed a poor person. Well, according to Hafs, is one poor person. According to a different reading, is masakin, poor
Yeah.
people, plural.
Al-Kisawi,
So
I
so
think.
it actually affects lots of things in a Muslim's life, depending on which Quran you read.
Exactly.